Good morning, this is Mike Houston, Wednesday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we have a high pressure ridge along the northwest coast with a storm system undercutting the ridge. Looks like it'll drop south and east along the California coast, well off to our south and west. Here across southeast Idaho, we have a dry northwest flow. You can see some embedded storm systems that are coming over the top of the ridge, which will begin to impact the weather here into the weekend. Looking at the forecasted sky and precipitation for this afternoon, we maintain that dry northwest flow across the region. Daytime highs remaining fairly cool. Readings here in the mid-30s down in the eastern Magic Valley and 20s across the remainder of southeast Idaho. Advancing to Friday, we see the first in a series of Pacific storm systems now approaching the northwest coast as that ridge now begins to shift east of the divide. You can see the leading edge of precipitation working in through Oregon and Washington. As we get to Saturday morning, we see the leading edge of that precipitation now beginning to work into southeast Idaho as a low pressure system pivots into northern California. Morning temperatures, we should, for Saturday morning, we should see readings in the lower 30s here in the eastern Magic Valley, which would support a mix of rain and snow in that area. Generally 20s across the remainder of southeast Idaho, which would support snow. As that system pushes into the area, we could see a slight chance of freezing rain in this general area here, eastern Magic Valley, and maybe even as far north as Pocatello Saturday morning. As we work into the afternoon hours on Saturday, that low pressure system begins to move inland, and associated with that quite a bit of precipitation working up into the forecast area. We should see snow in the mountains and a mix of rain and snow in the valleys, and even possibly some freezing rain here in portions of the Arco Desert. Here we are looking at high temperatures, generally in the mid-40s here in the eastern Magic Valley and 30s across the remainder of southeast Idaho. That storm system pushes off to the east of the region here on Sunday as we see another low pressure system loading up off the northwest coast. So you can see it's still fairly messy in terms of precipitation. Temperatures cooling here on Sunday, and we should see mostly snow out of this precipitation throughout the day on Sunday as temperatures are fairly cool. Looking at storm total snowfall for Friday night through Saturday night, we're seeing readings of 4 to 8 inches here up in the Sawtooth region, and some similar readings here across the eastern highlands. So we might see some highlights coming into play for that time frame as we draw near to it, and at least in these mountainous regions here. As we work into the afternoon hours on Sunday, we'll also begin to see some wind across the region, and that'll stick with us into early next week. Here we are looking at Monday. We have a storm system progressing rapidly south and east through the region. We'll see a few of these, and that'll favor snowfall in the upslope regions of the central mountains and eastern highlands. See that again here on Tuesday, another system coming through the region. Again, temperatures cold enough Monday and Tuesday to support snow with these. So pretty active weekend and week ahead of us. If you had any additional comments or questions, please give us a call here at the number on the screen. Thank you.